Hello and welcome back. Welcome to a new class. Welcome to class number 179. We have only 17 classes left. 3 weeks and 2 days of class. It's the final countdown. Slowly but surely, Maria. It's the final countdown. Yes, I can't believe we're approaching the end. It has been a never-ending story. It has seemed like forever. It seemed forever that I've been coming every day to this studio, sitting in this white chair, looking at these cold cameras, black cameras, yeah, and imagining that you're sitting behind those cameras, which is true. Basically, it's true. But I have to imagine you, all of you. But I know there are a lot of you because everywhere I go, people say, hi, hola, profe. I'm walking down the street. Yeah. Do you know what happened? Let me change to camera one. I'm going to tell you what happened. Just a second. This happened last night. Last night. I was driving home and my cell phone rang. All right. I looked at it. I was driving my car. I looked at it and it was my wife. So I looked quick to see, what is it? And the two policemen saw me. Yeah. Two young policemen, traffic police. They saw me and they stopped me. A man, maybe 28 years old, and a woman, perhaps 28, around 30 years old. And they said, you were speaking on your cell phone in your car. And I said, yes. Of course, your car was stopped. It was true, I was stopped at a traffic light. Okay? But even though you're stopped, not driving, you know it's against the law to use your cell phone in your car when your car is on and you're in traffic. I said, yes, of course I know. I was very humble because it was true. They caught me red-handed. They caught me red-handed. Con las manos en la masa. Decimos en inglés con las manos ensangrentadas. O sea, yeah, they caught me red-handed. So I said, of course. I said, you know that it's an important fine, una multa, fine, and we need to take points off of your driver's license. I said, yes, of course I know. And then she said, well, for the moment we're going to give you only a warning, but don't do it again. And I said, well, of course, very well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And by the way, we love to watch your show every day on TV. Okay. So I was lucky yesterday. All right. I was lucky. I deserved a fine and a reprimand from the police. They gave me the reprimand in a soft, firm way, as I deserved it, but they didn't give me the fine, all right? Because they're fans. They're learning English with me and with my colleagues. So they appreciate the effort we're making. It's important for me, the appreciation. Those type of dividends are more important than the financial, monetary dividends, is the dividends of people who appreciate what we do. And so I know you're behind that camera watching, because I can't go anywhere now without being recognized, which means I have to behave well now. I can't be incognito. I have to wear a fake mustache and dark glasses or something, because otherwise people recognize me everywhere. Ah, the price of fame, the price of fame. But I'm not rich yet. El dicho es rico y famoso, no? Rich and famous. And the rich part, when? When am I going to become rich? I don't like being famous and not rich. I want both parts of the contract. I signed a contract, and the contract said, you're going to become famous. And I said, excuse me, where's the rich part? I said, no. Teachers never become rich. You know that, Richard. And it's true, but I'm rich in many other ways. Okay, let's review class 178. It included a very important, very common phrasal verb to come up with. Cuando propones una idea, o cuando sacas o se te ocurre una idea, you come up with the idea. Cuando esa luz se ilumina, when the light comes on, because digo come on, Cuando algo se enciende aparentemente por sí solo, it's to come on. Of course, we have lights in this room. If somebody turns off the light, but I don't hear or see the person turning off the light, my impression is that the lights go out or go off. And then if the person turns the lights back on, my impression is that the lights come on. So when a light in a person's head comes on, says, aha, I have an idea. That person has come up with a new idea or with another idea. To come up with ideas. We need to come up with ideas to improve Aprende Inglés TV. Don't you think so? Don't you think we need to come up with some ideas? Well, Baugani, the people in Vaughan, we're always coming up with new ideas. Too many. Too many for our own good. Para nuestro propio bien. Usamos en inglés good. Para tu propio bien is for your own good. I'm teaching you for your own good. Yes. And we come up with so many, we come up with more ideas than it's not for our own good. Too many for our own good, really. We're always coming up with ideas. I come up with ideas. Richard Brown comes up with ideas. David Waddell is always coming up with new ideas. Alberto is constantly coming up with new ideas. Yeah, to come up with an idea. I've just come up with a new idea. An idea. Okay, to come up with. Also, we looked at a very important aspect. Un amigo falso, pero super falso. Actual and actually. Remember the pronunciation. Ac, y luego zapato. Actu. Actu. Actual and actually. Actual means real. The actual situation. La situación real. No la situación que tú estás soñando, no. Los pies bien plantados. The actual situation is. Okay, and actually means, la verdad es que, en realidad, actually, en realidad, el gobierno no quiere cambiar las pensiones. En realidad, the government doesn't want to change the pensions. Actually, they want to eliminate pensions altogether, which is not true either, okay? Actually, all right? Now, I have to stop in a few seconds, all right? But actually, I could continue if I wanted, because I'm the boss. I can do whatever I want. Maria is really my boss in the studio, but actually I'm the big boss. Okay? I have to obey her here, but actually I don't have to if I don't want to. But I'm going to obey her because she's big and she can hurt me. I'll be right back.
Hello friends, and welcome to our little review of yesterday's class. My name is Kyle. I'm here today with Juan. Juan, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you, Kyle?
Good, good. Are you ready for a 6-minute review, Juan?
I'm always ready for a 6-minute review.
6 minutes, all right. So what we're going to start with, Juan, is a phrasal verb. Do you like phrasal verbs?
I hate phrasal verbs.
Okay, and you at home, do you like phrasal verbs? Yay! We love phrasal verbs, right? Juan hates them. No, they're not so bad, right?
No,
we
not
have
so bad.
we have the phrasal verb to come up with. What does that mean in English?
To create something or to
Okay, yeah, it's like to come up with, sort of conceptually, right?
Yes.
Because we would say that Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, right?
Yes, it did.
We could say he came up with the idea. But normally we say, to come up with a solution, to come up with an idea, but he invented the light bulb. He came up with the idea, but he invented the light bulb. So with tangibles, we use the verb to invent. And we also have, ideas can come up. Also, topics can come up in discussion, right?
Okay.
Did something interesting come up in discussion before class started?
Yes, many things came up in discussion before class started.
A lot of things came up. They just appeared and, whoa, someone can bring ideas up. Someone brings up an idea, or the idea just comes up, right? Are you good at coming up with ideas?
Yes, I think I'm good at coming up with ideas.
Did you come up with any good ideas yesterday?
Yes, I came up with some good ideas yesterday.
Good. So you're a bit of an idea man then, are you?
I tend to. It's quite profitable.
I tend to be.
I tend to be an idea man.
He's an idea man. Did you come up with any good ideas yesterday? So give me an affirmative answer. Yes, Kyle, I came up with 10 good ideas yesterday, maybe. That's a lot of ideas to come up with. All right. So who came up with the idea for the telephone?
Alexander Graham Bell came up with the
Nice.
idea for the telephone.
Yeah, that's right. So he was sitting around one day and he said, I've got an idea. And he came up with it. Well, I suppose he spent a lot of time thinking about it, right?
Yeah, I think the idea was quite quick, but the rest of the work.
Yeah,
I
the
think it
work
took-
is the problem.
Yes.
The work is the problem. And there are a lot of great ideas, but until you can make them become a reality, that's the tricky part, right?
Yes.
So what about Thomas Edison? Did he come up with a lot of good ideas?
I think he came up with a lot of good ideas. He invented many, many things in quite a few times.
Yeah. Have you ever come up with a recipe? Have you ever come up with a recipe? Yes, I've come up with a recipe. Have you ever come up with a recipe, Juan?
No, I've never come up with a recipe.
No?
I'm not good at cooking, you mean?
Yeah.
I'm not really good at cooking.
Okay. I come up with recipes all the time.
Really?
Because I don't actually follow recipes, so I just invent. I try a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Come up with something. I can never reproduce it again. But I come up with things that sometimes it works out. I come up with different recipes, I suppose. Okay. Ask me if I came up with a good idea last week.
Did you come up with a good idea last week?
Yeah, I did. I came up with a few good ideas last week, I think. Yeah. Ask me if I like coming up with ideas.
Do you like coming up with ideas?
Yeah. Yeah, I like coming up with ideas. Okay. Ask me if I've come up with a lot of ideas lately. Ask me at home. Hey, Kyle, have you come up with a lot of ideas lately? I think so, a few. Maybe not as many as Juan, because he's an ideas man, right? He's always coming up with ideas.
Yeah,
right?
I try to be.
Are you coming up with business ideas all the time?
I try to come up with business ideas all the time.
Business ideas.
I try. It's quite profitable, but they not always work out.
They don't always work out.
No.
All right. Let's practice with the word actually. What does that mean?
Actually means de hecho or en realidad.
Exactly. So it doesn't mean actualmente, right?
No, it doesn't. It's a false
no.
friend.
Yeah, so I might look like a Spaniard when you see me on the street. You might think I'm a Spaniard, but actually I'm not. Actually, I'm Canadian, right?
Yes.
Right. As soon as I speak, they know I'm not Spanish, right?
Yes. Yes, they do.
Okay. ¿Qué piensa él de ella en realidad?
What does he actually think about her?
Yeah, what does he actually think about? Actu. We have that TU sound like Portugal, picture, chew, actually. What does he actually think about her? Ask me again.
What does he actually think about her?
Right, what do you want to know?
I want to know what he actually thinks about her.
Good, okay. En realidad, no está tan lejos como piensas.
Actually, it's not as far as you think.
Actually, it's not as far as you think. Okay. ¿Realmente les gusta el sushi?
Do they actually like sushi?
Yeah. Do you like sushi?
No, I don't like sushi.
Okay, ask me if I like sushi.
Do you like sushi?
Yeah, I've developed an appreciation over the last few years. I actually like it, yeah. Well, thank you very much, Juan.
Thank you.
Great job, and good job to you at home. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm going to spend 8 minutes talking about how much. How much love do you have in your heart? How much hate do you have in your liver? Bilisi, yel. How much? How much do you earn? How much do you work? How much do you work? How much English do you study every night? Tell me on camera number 1, please. Let's change. All right. How much does it cost? How much does it cost to take this course as an official student? How much does a ticket costs to fly from here to New York? How much does it cost to go by ship from Southampton in England to New York City? How much? How much does it cost to learn a second language? How much does it cost in time? How much does it cost in effort? How much does it cost in money? Okay. How much do you eat every day? How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh? How much money do you owe? Do you owe any money? How much money do you borrow or have you borrowed from the bank? How much money do you owe friends? How much do you read every day? How much? Do you read at all? How much do you read? How much? How much is cuánto? Claro, how many is cuántos? And you know this is beginners. But how much? For example, how much money do you spend on a regular basis? How much money did you spend yesterday? How much money have you spent this week? How much money will you spend next week? How much money do you spend every year in all? How much money do you earn? How much did you earn last month? How much have you earned so far this month? How much water do you drink every day? How much alcohol do you drink every day? It's interesting that the country in the world with the highest consumption of alcohol traditionally is France. But if you go to France, you don't see many drunk people. If you go to Russia, for example, you see a lot. If you go to England or Scotland or Ireland, on the weekends at least, you see a lot of drunk people. However, you don't see many people who are drunk in France. However, traditionally France is the #1 country in the world in the consumption of alcohol. How much do they drink? It's an interesting question. And basically the conclusion is that most French people drink wine for lunch and often for dinner. So French people drink a little bit of alcohol every day, maybe half a bottle of wine every day, but 70 million people or 50 million people. And in the end, it's a lot of alcoholic consumption. So how much do the French people drink? Apparently they don't drink much, but actually they drink more than you think. All right? How much do you really want to learn English? How important it is for you? How much do you want my language? How much are you willing to work? How much are you willing to pay? All right? How much? I have a pill. I have pills at home. Unas pastillas que tengo. I can bring them and offer you. They are pills to learn English. You take the pill and you speak English perfectly for the rest of your life. Yeah, how much are you willing to pay me for that? How much? How much are you willing to pay? The starting price is 100,000 euros. Now, I'm not going to sell the pills in a normal way. I have 10 pills, which means, and I can't make any more. Each pill gives you perfect English. You can speak English like I speak it, or maybe better. All right? But I have only 10 pills. I'm not going to sell them in a normal way. I'm going to auction them. To auction is subastar, to the highest bidder. The starting price is 100,000 euros. How much are you willing to pay? Do I hear 110,000? Okay. That person is willing to pay 110,000. How much are you willing to pay? I hear another person, 120,000 for the pill. How much? How much are you willing to pay? You take the pill and you speak English perfectly and you understand perfectly for the rest of your life. How much? I also have Russian pills. You take them and you speak perfect Russian. How much are you willing to pay for a Russian pill? How much? How much are you willing to pay? I also have a Japanese pill. Would you like to speak good, perfect Japanese? Would you like to speak Japanese like a Japanese? Really, you would. But how much are you willing to pay? The starting price in the auction, escrito aucción, eso es subasta. De las pujas. The starting price is 20,000 euros. Are you willing to pay more than 20,000 euros to speak perfect Japanese for the pill? How much are you willing to pay? How much are you willing to pay? I speak 7 languages. Why? Because I bought the pills. Okay. I speak perfect English. Well, I speak English because it's my native tongue, and I learned Spanish and French. So those 3 languages, no. I paid. How much? Your question is how much? How much was I willing to pay? How much did I pay? For Russian, I paid 70,000 euros. Yeah, 70,000 for Russian. I also speak perfect Turkish. Yes, I can go to Istanbul, to Ankara, to Smyrna, and I can get by perfectly. I spent 30,000 for that pill. So to learn Russian and Turkish, I spent 100,000 euros. I also speak perfect Chinese, Mandarin Chinese. I paid 100,000 euros for that. It's expensive. How much? 100,000. And I was willing to pay it, and I paid it. That's 200,000. I also speak perfect Japanese, and I paid 60,000 for that. That's 260,000 euros for 4 languages: Russian, Turkish, Chinese, and Japanese. I also paid, to learn Farsi, the language spoken by the people in Iran. I paid 40,000. Yeah, that's how much I was willing to pay to learn perfect Farsi. Okay, that's 300,000 euros, and there are 2 more languages. Yeah, how much was I willing to pay to learn those last 2 languages? I'll tell you after the break. Okay, before the break, I told you that I had paid for 7 language pills: Russian, Chinese, Japanese, Turkish, Farsi, the Persian language, and I told you there were 2 more. And of those 5, I paid a grand total of 300,000 euros for the 5 different pills. It's a lot of money, yeah? 300,000 euros. It's the price of a fairly decent, a good house or flat. But I also paid 80,000 euros to learn German, for the German pill. I speak perfect German because I took the pill. And the 7th language I wanted to buy was Swahili, one of the most important languages in sub-Saharan Africa. And I paid 20,000 euros for the Swahili pill. That's how much I was willing to pay.
Hello everyone, I'm Natasha, your teacher for today, and I'm here with a very, 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 very special student. Her name is Marina. How are you, Marina?
I'm really happy to be here with you.
I said many veries. Did you notice that?
Yes.
You're not just a very special student, you're a very, 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 very special
That's why
student.
I'm really happy. I'm really thrilled to be here with you.
Well, I'm very happy that you're happy, okay? What did you do today to improve your English?
I was listening to the radio on my way here.
Okay, very
I do it on a regular basis. Well, in fact, every day.
Very good.
Daily.
Very, very good, okay? So she makes the most of any time but only when you're in the car, or if you're not in the car, you also listen to certain things?
Yes, I watch TV, or even I listen to the radio on the computer.
Okay, very, very good. Okay, so take note, okay? All right, as you know, we're going to work on the grammar point of the day. We're going to work on questions with how much, okay? Now, before we start, I just want to remind you, okay? It's very, 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 very important that you answer all the questions that I'm going to ask you, or all the questions that Marina has to ask me, out loud. It's the only way to practice a language, okay? So you need to work on your fluency, you need to work on your pronunciation, and the only way to do that is by saying things out loud, okay? All right, let's start. Are you ready, Marina?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm going to say a sentence and then you have to formulate the question based on that sentence, okay? The first one. She spent 600 euros in the sales.
How much did she spend on the sales?
In the sales.
In the sale.
Right.
How much did she spend in the sale?
The S came later. One more time.
How much did she spend in the sales?
Very good. How much did she spend in the sales? Okay, for you at home, okay? I have very little patience with annoying people. I have very little patience with annoying people. Very good. How much patience do you have with annoying people? How much patience do you have with annoying people? Okay, very good. Marina, the next one is for you. He drank 3 liters of water when he finished the race.
How much water did he drink when he finished the race?
Very good. How much water did he drink when he finished the race? Okay. Marina, the next one is for you as well, okay?
Good.
The actor lost 10 kilos for his new role.
How much weight the actor?
And the question did.
How much weight did the actor lose for the new role?
For his new role.
For his new role?
Very good. One more time.
How much weight did the actor lose for his new role?
Perfect. How much weight did the actor lose for his new role? At home, repeat. Very good. How much weight did the actor lose for his new role? Okay, the next one is for you at home. That ring is worth millions of dollars. That ring is worth millions of dollars. Very good. How much is that ring worth? How much is that ring worth? Marina, you ready for the next one?
Yes, I am.
I used to add 3 teaspoons. Oh my God, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Everything's a tongue twister for me. I used to add 3 teaspoons of sugar to my coffee.
How much did you use?
How much sugar?
How much sugar did you use to add to your coffee?
Very good. One more time.
How much sugar did you use to add to your coffee?
Very good. How much sugar did you use to add to your coffee? Okay, the next one is for you at home, okay? I think I need to work out for at least an hour a day. I think I need to work out for at least an hour a day. Very good. How much do you need to work out? How much do you need to work out? Very good. They're doing a very good job, don't you think?
Yes.
Okay, the next one is for you, Marina. He has to save up 3,000 euros for the deposit.
How much money does he have to save for the deposit?
Save up.
To save up for the deposit.
Very good. One more time.
Yes. How much money does he have to save up for the deposit?
Very good. How much money does he have to save up for the deposit? In this case, money is optional. You could also say, how much does he need to save up for the deposit? And you understand from the meaning that it's money, okay? It's optional, okay? Marina, the next one is for you as well, okay? It's going to rain a lot this coming weekend.
How much is it going to rain this coming weekend?
What does this coming weekend mean?
El próximo fin de semana.
Very good, okay? The weekend that's coming up next, okay? So one more time.
How much rain is it? No, how much is it going to rain this coming weekend?
Very good. How much is it going to rain this coming weekend? Okay, the next one is for you at home. She has little experience in that field. She has little experience in that field. Very good. How much experience does she have in that field? How much experience does she have in that field? Very good. Okay, the next one is for Marina. Let's see if she gets this one right. He has to stop drinking 5 cups of coffee a day.
How many cups of...
okay.
Okay.
Oh, yep, okay. So let me explain.
Okay,
We're both
okay.
saying, yep, okay. All right, well, let me explain this, okay? How many cups of coffee? Because obviously the cups of coffee is countable, and therefore we need to use many, okay? But because we're focusing on much, even though what Marina said is perfect, we want to concentrate on much, so therefore I want Marina to say how much coffee, okay?
How much coffee? I can't remember the sentence.
Okay, because we've talked so
Yes.
much, let me say it again. He has to stop drinking 5 cups of coffee a day.
How much coffee does he have to stop drinking?
Very good, one more time.
How much coffee does she have to stop? How much coffee does he have to stop drinking?
Very good. How much coffee does he have to stop drinking? Okay. But again, let me remind you that obviously you would have been able to say how many cups of coffee does he need to stop drinking. But today our focus is on much. Okay. The next one is for you at home. Okay. I need a bit of time to think about it. I need a bit of time to think about it. Very good. How much time do you need to think about it? How much time do you need to think about it? Okay, Marina, you ready for the next one?
Oh, yes.
It used to cost 5 euros.
How much did it used to cost?
Very good. One more time.
How much did it used to cost?
Very good. How much did it used to cost? How much did it used to cost? Okay, very good. Okay, the next one is for you at home. Steve would like to weigh 78 kilos. Steve would like to weigh 78 kilos. Very good. How much would Steve like to weigh? How much would Steve like to weigh? Let's see if Marina can say this one perfectly as well.
How much would Steve like to weigh?
Very good. One more time.
How much would Steve like to weigh?
Perfect. Okay, the next one, Marina, for you. The recipe said we had to add a cup of rice.
How much rice did the recipe say we had to add?
Very good. How much rice did the recipe say we had to add? So at home, repeat this. Very good. Oops. How much rice did the recipe say we had to add? Okay. Thank you very much, Marina. You did a great job. And thank you at home. Okay. And remember to keep on studying, to keep on practicing, and to keep on reviewing. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Okay. Listen to the following sentences. I have little time. I have a little time. Do you know the difference? The difference is very, very big. The difference is very big. I have little time. I have a little time. Let's move to camera one and focus on this for a few minutes, please. Okay. Imagine all the people. Imagine. No digo imagine, digo imagine. Imagine. Okay, imagine you and I are walking walking in the desert. We're in the desert. And I'm carrying a canteen. I have a canteen and you don't. A canteen is a cantimplora. It contains water. And you turn and say, Richard, I'm really thirsty. What's our status concerning the water? I take the canteen, I open it, I look in, shake it, and I turn to you and said, we have little water left. We have little water left. That's one answer. Let's go back and do the scene again. We're walking in the desert. Richard, what's our status with the water? I open the canteen, look in, shake it. We have a little water left. Now, which sentence do you prefer to hear? We have little water left, or we have a little water left? Of course, the second. Nos queda un poco de agua. Es mucho más optimista que nos queda poca agua. All right. Of course, really, both of the sentences are not very optimistic, but if you have to choose, it's much better to say we have a little water than we have little water. All right? Little no significa pequeño aquí, significa poco o poca. Yeah. Hay poco tiempo. We have little time. Sin embargo, tenemos poco tiempo. Hay tres formas de decirlo. La forma más corriente para decir tenemos poco tiempo is we don't have much time. We enter from the negative. We don't have much time. The second most common is we have very little time. And the third is we have little time. Es curioso, cuando decimos tengo poca paciencia, tengo poco tiempo, tengo poca agua, casi siempre los nativos decimos muy poco, añadimos very. Suena un poco raro por falta de uso, I have little time, I have little patience, I have little water. So you say, I have very little time, I have very little patience, I have very little water. Or the opposite, I don't have much time. Sorry, I don't have much patience. I don't have much water. There isn't much milk in the refrigerator. There's little milk. There's very little milk in the refrigerator. Okay. Now, a little is different. Hay un poco de agua todavía. Tengo un poco de paciencia. Eso parece que hasta bastante puedo tener. Si yo digo, tengo un poco de paciencia, adelante, te escucho. I have a little patience. All right. And it's the same as few and a few. Hay pocas oportunidades hoy en día. There are few opportunities nowadays. Ahora, hay unos cuantos. There are a few. Las hay. There are a few is much more positive or much more optimistic than there are few opportunities. And it's interesting, with few, and with the same as with little, we usually say very. Hay muy pocas oportunidades hoy en día para encontrar un trabajo. There are very few opportunities now. There are very few possibilities. There are very few offers, job offers. There are very few openings, vacantes, openings, igual que aperturas, openings. There are very few openings. Es las vacantes que puede haber. There are very few openings now for jobs. There are very few jobs available. There's very little opportunity. There's very little for anybody. How much is there for the people who graduate now, the people who finish the university this year? Well, in July, well, basically in September, 50,000 people will enter the labor market looking for their first job after finishing the university. Now, there will be very few opportunities for them. There will be very few opportunities for them. Very few of them will find the job they really want. Very few of them will find the job they really want. Only a few of them will find a good job. All right. I have few opportunities is a very negative idea. I have a few opportunities means tengo una selección pequeña, pero hasta ahí. Okay? It's very optimistic. It's optimistic. I have a few opportunities. Don't worry. I have a few. There are a few possibilities. That's positive. Yes, don't worry. No. There are a few cases in which people like you learn English. Hay unos cuantos casos donde gente como tú sí aprende, eh? Don't be so pessimistic, Manolo. There are a few cases like yours. A few, yeah. Ahora si quito el a, there are few cases like yours. Hay pocos casos como el tuyo, macho, es que lo tienes crudo. It's very negative. It's interesting how few and a few are so radically different, at least psychologically different. I'm sorry, Manolo, I understand you're having some serious difficulties learning my language. It's very clear. And to tell you the truth, there are few cases like yours. I've been teaching for 35 years, and I have seen few cases like yours. Very few. Solemos añadir very en estos casos. Very few cases like yours. Ahora, si quiero ser más optimista, then Manolo, yep, it's clear that English is not your strong point. But I've seen a few cases like yours. Don't worry. I've seen a few cases like yours, and I'm sure we can find a solution to help you defeat the English language, to learn my language, I'm sure. A few is very different from very few. We have very little time left. We still have a little time left. I still have a few moments to say a few things. I have very few moments, and I can only say very few things. It's very negative, okay? Little, a little. Few, a few. All right? Not much, not many. All right? I only have a few seconds. In fact, I have less than 10 seconds. I only have a few seconds to say something. So I'll say it very quickly. See you in a few minutes.
Hello and thank you for joining us. It's good to see you today and you're as welcome as always. I'm Fitz and this is Anna. How's it going today?
It's going great. Thank
Okay,
you.
I'm going to teach you an Irish expression which we've used before, which is how are you keeping? And it
okay.
means how are you? So how are you keeping?
I'm keeping good.
I'm
that-
keeping well.
I'm keeping well.
I'm keeping well. So you can practice that at home. How are you keeping? I'm keeping well. Okay. We begin with 5 vocabulary words. Okay. And you're going to help us and you're going to help us too. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So the first one, smooth. Smooth.
Smooth.
How do you say it in Spanish?
Suave o liso.
Okay. Okay. And in English?
Smooth.
Very good. So the important thing here is the TH at the end. Smooth. Smooth. Okay. Can you say it again?
Smooth.
Smooth. Okay. The second one, sharp. Sharp. How do you say that?
Afilado, no?
Okay, afilado. Very good. Very good. And in English?
Sharp.
Sharp. Okay. Sharp for an implement like a knife, or we also say sharp for mentally sharp, like an intelligent person. The next one, sin.
Pecado.
Pecado. Okay. And in English?
Sin.
Sin. Or pronounced as the same as without in Spanish, sin. So sin. Okay. The fourth one, spare tire. Spare tire.
Rueda de repuesto. No?
Very good. Very good. Okay. And we also say spare tire if you're a little bit fat and you have something around here. And what do they say in Spanish?
I think it's Michelin. no?
Michelin. Okay. So we say spare tire for that too. Okay. The last one, suitable. Suitable.
Adecuado.
Okay. Or here they have apropiado and idóneo as well.
Okay.
So suitable. Can you say it in English?
Suitable.
Suitable. Very good. Now we're going to practice by using little next. Little. Okay. So for example, I'll say to you, there isn't enough water in the bottle, and you say there is very little water in the bottle.
Okay.
In the negative, there's very little water in the bottle. And if I say there's enough bread for everyone, you can say there's a little bread for everyone in the positive. So I'd say there's enough bread for everyone, and you can say there's a little, like a little piece of bread for everyone. Okay?
Okay.
So first the negative. There isn't enough water in the bottle.
There's little water in the bottle.
Okay, or for emphasis, you could also say
There's very little water in the
very-
bottle.
in the bottle. And again,
There's very little water in the bottle.
in the bottle. Okay, very good American pronunciation. Try it in a very posh English accent.
There's very little water in the bottle.
Very good, very good. Okay, there's enough bread for everyone.
There's a little bread for everyone.
Very good. So in the positive, there's a little bread. Sorry, excuse me. There's a little bread for everyone. Okay. There isn't enough milk in the fridge.
There's a little milk
Or in the negative. So there isn't enough milk in the fridge.
there's very little milk in the fridge.
Very good. So in the negative, there isn't enough milk in the fridge. There's very little milk in the fridge. Okay. Or there's enough milk in the fridge, you would say?
There's a little milk in the fridge.
Okay, very good. There's a little milk in the fridge for everyone, for example. There's enough butter for everyone.
There's enough
Butter.
butter.
Butter, mantequilla.
butter. Okay.
Yeah,
There's a little butter for everyone.
for everyone. Very good. So in the positive again, there's enough butter for everyone. There's a little butter for everyone. There isn't enough butter for everyone.
There's very little butter for everyone.
For everyone. Okay. There's enough petrol in the petrol tank.
There's a little petrol in the petrol
In the
tank.
petrol tank. So in the petrol tank in the car, for example, you put petrol into the petrol tank. There's enough petrol in the petrol tank, and again you would say?
There's a little petrol or gas. Could say
Or gas. In American English, yes, they say gas.
There's a little petrol in the petrol tank.
Okay, so petrol in British or Irish English, and gas in American English. Okay? There isn't enough wood for the fire.
There's very little wood for the fire.
Very good, very good. There is enough chicken for everyone.
There's a little chicken for everyone.
Very good. There isn't enough money left. There isn't enough money left.
There's very little money left.
Okay, and how do you say left for a quantity in Spanish? There's very little money left.
Nos sobra, nos queda.
Okay,
Or
so
listen.
left meaning the same as here, the same as izquierda, but meaning remaining. Okay, there is enough time.
There's a little time.
Very good. There is enough hair on his head.
There's a little hair in his head.
On.
On his head. Okay.
And again,
There's a little head on his head.
a little hair on his head.
There's a little hair on his head.
On his
Is that
head.
it?
Okay. There is enough tea in the teapot.
There's a little tea in the teapot.
Very good. So there's a little tea in the teapot. There isn't enough coffee in the cup.
There's very little coffee in the
In the cup.
In the cup. There's very little coffee in the cup.
And one more time.
There's very little coffee in the cup.
Okay, and make sure you always contract, like Anna here. There's very little coffee in the cup. There isn't enough sugar in the coffee.
There's very little sugar in the coffee.
Very good. There is enough light in the room.
There's a little light in the room.
Okay, in this case, light as an uncountable noun. Okay, there's enough light in the room. There is enough rice for everyone.
There's a little rice for everyone.
Okay, and how do you say
Can
rice in Spanish?
Arroz.
Okay,
Can you also use it for countable nouns?
yes, because here we have lights, individual lights, and they create light. So you can have 5 lights create a lot of light. So
But
it
can
works
you use
both ways.
There are a little, no, it's only for uncountable nouns.
Well,
Right?
here you could say there are a lot of lights in the room because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. But you could say there is a lot of light. So
Or
it
a
can be used
little-
both ways, countable and uncountable.
Okay.
Okay. There is enough heat to keep everyone warm.
There's a little heat to keep everyone warm.
Very good. Okay. I don't have enough help.
I have very little help.
Very good.
Help.
So help. I don't have enough help. You have very little help. There's too much violence in the world.
There's a lot of violence.
There's a lot of violence in this, or the opposite. There's a lot of violence in the world. Okay, good. I couldn't catch you out. Okay. There isn't enough water for the horses to drink.
There's very little water for the horses to drink.
Very good. So there isn't enough water for the horses to drink. There's very little water for the horses to drink. Okay. We don't have enough time for more questions.
We have very little time for more questions.
For more questions. Very good. I don't have enough money to buy it.
I have very little money to buy it.
Okay, I have very little money to buy it. Okay, so keep practicing. Don't practice a little, practice a lot. And we'll see you again very soon, and thank you for watching.
All right. Another class, another day, another opportunity, and you will make many more opportunities for yourself. If you really want to learn English, you can make all the opportunities you want. You don't need me and you don't need the other teachers to continue advancing and making good progress with the language. On the last day, in 3 weeks, I'll give you some advice, a little bit. I'll give you some advice on what you can do on your own initiative to continue making important progress with the language. For the moment, no. Let's save that for the last day. But for now, as usual, I just tell you that congratulations on finishing one class. Tomorrow we have another, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and the next day, etc. And to keep your guard up and don't let your guard down. Stay with me and with my colleagues. We still have some work to do.